Hey there! Welcome to WCAG Documents project focused on web accessibility. My name is Andre and I am Accessibility Director at ACTUM Digital, and I will walk you through this part. In this video, I will talk about the WCAG criterion 143, contrast minimum. You can also read it online at accessibility.actumdigital.com, where you will find more information. Let's dive into it. The intent of this success criterion is that the text has enough contrast against its background color. Who benefits from it? People with low vision can better read text that does contrast with its background. People with color blindness do not struggle to see text that stands out from the background. People in various environments, such as in bright sunlight or other challenging lighting conditions, can see the contrasting text better. Anyone benefits from enough color contrast, as it is easier to read and less straining on the eyes. Color contrast is about how different two colors look next to each other, like how easily you can see yellow text on a white background versus on a dark blue one. Good contrast makes it easier to read and see things clearly. The contrast ratio is a way to measure how much one color stands out from another. It is like comparing how bright or dark colors are against each other. For example, black text on a white background has the highest contrast ratio 21:1, because the black is very dark and the white is very bright. This criterion contains requirements for two types of text: normal text, text that has less than 24 pixels or 18.5 pixels in bold must have contrast ratio of at least 4.5:1. Large text, text that has at least 24 pixels or 18.5 pixels in bold must have a contrast ratio of at least 3:1. It also applies to images of text where the text needs to have enough contrast against its background. To check if your colors meets WCAG contrast criteria, try the WebAIM Contrast Checker. It is a quick tool for testing color combinations. Chrome DevTools also has a built-in contrast checker for web development, and Figma users can use the contrast plugin. You can find links for these tools in the video description or at accessibility.actumdigital.com. Plenty of other tools are available too, each offering different features to help ensure your website meets accessibility standards. Logo types, disabled controls, and decorative content do not need to meet any contrast requirements to meet the contrast minimum criterion. However, we still recommend designing all user interface elements with enough contrast so users can clearly see them. Let's take a look at some examples. The following example shows the correct usage or implementation of accessibility. Sufficient contrast. Dark blue text is placed over a light blue background color. It has a large contrast ratio way beyond the minimum requirements and is easy to read. Sufficient color contrast illuminates clarity in design. The following example shows the incorrect usage or implementation of accessibility. Insufficient contrast. Light yellow text is placed over a light blue background color. It has a very low contrast ratio below the minimum requirements and is hard to read. Insufficient color contrast casts a shadow over the design. Bear in mind that you should avoid extremely high contrast, for example black on white. Some users, especially people with dyslexia, may find a very high contrast color scheme challenging to read. That's all, folks. Thank you for watching and see you at the next one. Have a good one.